By now, Suzune has noticed our conversation, and it makes me realize again how Misa has been signing everything she has been saying this whole time. What, C-chan? The friends of my enemy is my enemy? That sounds so harsh. I'm not going to say that. You said it anyway. I know, He-chan. It's fine if you overhear. I wonder if this is Misa's way of keeping things fair, since without her, I wouldn't be able to understand the things Suzune is saying, and vice versa. Is that also why she signs all the time, so there's never a conversation Suzune will be left out of? Anyway, we should start on the problem now, Hee-chan. We finished with time to spare, and I decided to ask if there are any alternatives to the cafeteria, as frankly, the food so far has been subpar. This sends Suzune and Misa arguing among themselves about their favorite restaurants. All of them are downtown, so I don't think we have the time to go all the way there. And what about the bill? Are they arguing just for the fun of it? Maybe. They seem so distracted by it that they don't even notice the start of the actual lunch break. I look over my shoulder towards the back of the classroom. She seems to be studying her notes from the previous class. It's an odd sight. Everyone else in the class is busying themselves with the lunch break, socializing, gossiping, rearranging desks. The ones with the actual boxed lunches mixed in and chattering like everyone else, only interrupted by short bouts of eating. But when I watch Hanako, it feels that I am the only one who can see her, almost as if she was invisible, sort of hiding in plain sight. Is she being bullied? Is she isolating herself from the rest of the class on her own accord? I see her look over her shoulder towards the classroom rear door. Come to think of it, she hasn't turned the page since I started watching her. I guess she's waiting for someone. I do what I always do when I don't know what to do. Like now. I've already started on one of the books I borrowed yesterday, and it took it to school. And took it with me to school to fill the empty moments between classes. I find the page that I creased a corner of to mark the spot I left yesterday night and pick up from there. Misa and Suzune are still arguing heatedly, probably about restaurants still. If I join them, I just get caught up in that, or worse, get grilled about joining the student council. Misa isn't speaking aloud since there's nobody who need to hear what they're talking about. But why does she tend to sign things even when Suzune doesn't need to understand what's being said? Or even more strangely, when Suzune is not around at all? What an odd conflict of habits. I find it hard to focus on the book, and besides, the lunch break beckons me to leave the dullness of the classroom. I do so, heading down for the cafeteria. Misa and Suzune haven't come to a conclusion of one kind or another, following my wake, though still talking in their animated fashion. Just around the corner of the hallway, something hits me in the chest with the force of a runaway train. Ouch! Maybe tie. Opening my eyes, I see a pair of saucer-like green eyes looking up at me. They belong to the perpetrator, a short girl who bumped into me and has now fallen down onto the hallway floor. She wears a PE uniform and a very worried frown. The former strikes me as a rather strange thing to have done during a lunch break. More striking than that, though, is that she doesn't have legs. Or she does, but there are not flesh and bone. Her pale and very much flesh and bone thighs ends in shines and shins and feet made of black metallic or plastic-like material. They look disturbingly artificial and unnatural. It almost makes me forget that my chest is hurting. The girl winces a little, rubs her nose, and jumps up. Aw, man. Hey, are you alright? I'm sorry about that. Really? I wasn't looking where I was going, and you just came out of nowhere. Sorry. She's looking really apologetic in the hurt puppy way of looking apologetic. I quickly forget about being angry or anything, since hurt puppies are my weak spot. It's okay, don't worry about it. Ouch. I say that, but there's a stinging pain growing in my chest, and I don't know what this is about the biggest possible danger for my condition. Don't overexert yourself, don't forget to do medication, and most of all, don't get hit in the chest. I tried to rub my solar plexus in case and to chase the pain away, holding my breath in an attempt to hear my heartbeat. It seems normal. Hey, should I get a nurse? The worried, high-pitched voice of the girl snaps me out of it. I stare at her for a few seconds, dumbfounded, until I realize that I probably looked worse off than I really was. Double over myself and looking all tense. Damn, I'm overly worried about my heart. No need, I'm fine. Managing to say something in response, I pull myself upright, feeling my sore ribs one last time and take a deep breath. She just knocked the wind out of me, big time, but it's nothing more than that. Are you sure you're okay? I hit you pretty hard. It's okay, I said I was fine, and nothing's broken, no harm done. That's good, I feel, whoa. It's just, alright. Just skip that line, I didn't even do anything, okay? I don't have time to look behind you because Izune is already showing me a side and stomping over to the girl, signing furiously at her. Oh my god. What? Ibarazaki? Alright, Miss Ibarazaki, I saw that. Running in a house is strictly forbidden. Misa translates right on Suzune's tail, but her voice is girlishly playful, not full of the divine fury Suzune arm movement should seem to call for. Sorry. I was just going to get some stuff and I was in a kind of a hurry. You've been told this 1,000 times before. Your reckless behavior against other students, and even worse, is explicitly against school regulations. The girl blushes and starts to fidget nervously like a little child caught misbehaving. It's so cute, I find myself smiling. If only that was animated. I know that. I was just... Make sure that this will not happen again, although I'm sure telling you this is futile and only causes me further headaches when you choose to ignore the regulations. Got that, Emmy? The small girl sticks her tongue out and in response. I gotta go. Teachers will have my head. I promise to help with printouts, but I went running instead. Sorry, but I've got to change and everything. Okay. Before Misa and Suzune or I can say anything, she's already bolted from where she was a second ago, almost halfway towards the stairs.